is the lack of hockey arenas for young children to play the game and to grow a fan base. That way, earlier in our first session, we talked about the Dallas Stars moving from Minneapolis down to Dallas into a non-traditional hockey market. And one thing they did that was very successful down there was immediately, and it was done more, I believe, from the private sector. We also talked about municipalities and private sector, but done down there where they developed hockey arenas. And this was done 15 years ago, roughly. And today you're starting to see some of the benefits of that, where children are now, they started playing the game there. Now you're starting to see kids drafted in the NHL, the Dallas, Texas area, minor hockey, the AAA level. They're competing with the best kids in Canada and the northern states, the traditional hockey powers of Michigan and Illinois. So ultimately it comes down to having facilities for these children to play in, and not necessarily just the private sector that we have to rely on to do it. It's the municipalities that have to look at a hockey arena as not just a luxury in a community, but a necessity, and a necessity much like maybe not the importance of a library, but just another recruiting tool or another thing to offer your citizens in your community to make it a healthy environment for people to live. So ultimately it starts with our, as an NHL team, we're trying to recruit new fans. You're trying to recruit your future season ticket holders, generate interest in your team. These children are your future fan base, your future supporters, and the way you have to intend to go about it is to provide them with facilities in the community. And again, I go back to what Dallas did, providing a tremendous environment for kids to play the game. Ultimately, that's the way to grow it. It doesn't happen overnight. This thing it takes a long time to do and to grow a sport. And you'll hear later from Yui and Haley about from the women's sport growing in Germany, a country in a non-traditional sport, how it takes time and the ways you have to go about it, get kids playing the game. My first experience with hockey was watching it on television. I was born in Cranbrook, British Columbia. Saw the NHL on TV. That was my first experience with the game. I wanted to play the game from that point on. I had the ability to go to a hockey arena and play, and that's what our kids need. We're in places like Tampa, in California now, that kids can watch it. Now we have to provide them with the facilities to go out and play the game that they fall in love with.